What is up, YouTube? So we are going to change the oil on my Gallardo. So as you know, if you have done any research, because the first thing that you will ask when you are looking to buy one is what is the maintenance cost? It is about 500 bucks to change the oil on this car. 500. So I personally, and some people are gonna be like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Is I used it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't use this. This is for my diesel trucks. So I use Platinum Euro 5W40 full synthetic. Some people will recommend you use a much better oil. So, another thing, I got an oil filter here. So this is a OEM Lamborghini oil filter. These are about 55 bucks. All right, let's see what the difference is. So I also ordered, show you guys, these were 3 for 55 bucks. These are just a cheap off-brand, you know, pretty, I don't know. It's hard to say what the difference is. I do recommend using anything OEM that you can until it comes to aftermarket parts, as far as when you go to, you know, carbon parts. If you have researched Lamborghini aftermarket carbon parts, they're very, very, very expensive because they're very, very, very nice. Oh man, this thing's looking pretty legit, I would say. So I guess when I ordered this, must have ordered a little, must not have been really paying attention. I just needed something that the oil caught in the pan, went down in. This thing has like an air hookup, and I have no idea. There she is, all set up. All right, she's up in the air. Yeah, a little something, something under here. Hopefully, this is from my lift, not from my car, but it is from my car. That's no good. Is an oil leak? We'll put more oil in it, right? Right? So there are 2 spots to drain the oil from. First one is the reservoir here. Second one's gonna be actually right at the bottom of the engine. So it should be the same one. I'm using an H8 socket, or you know, Allen. So let's see. I do recommend a new crush washer in here. If you don't have one, wipe it down, hit it with some brake cleaner. Be cheap. That's what I'm gonna do. So, but keep an eye on that. You always want to check everything after you're done. Make sure that it's not leaking. All right. So, we got that one drained. 45 nanometers or something. So, just like this. Let me show you. Perfect. That is torqued just right. Always make sure you torque them perfect, like I do. All right, so here's the second one. This is actually the engine one. There's going to be a ton of fluid that comes out of here. I don't know if this is gonna catch it. I don't know how far it's gonna go. All right, so we had to just step our game up. I put an extension, a little extension on this 1/2-inch drive, because whoever did this last, holy nuts. They obviously didn't use the same torque system as I use. Good and tight. This oil change is definitely overdue. I kept thinking that the car was gonna be done, put away for the winter. I just kept driving it. So there's a lot of hard miles on that oil. So this oil change, I'll probably do this oil change, put about 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles on it, change it again right before the rally. Remember, always torque these to factory spec. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wipe this off. We'll be back under here. We'll be checking everything. Doing this a little bit backwards. They say they recommend doing this part first, but see this tool right here? Right here. OEM factory. No, I'm just kidding. It might not be. But it's not, it is not easy to get in there. See that? That is where the filter is. So if you do have a factory car that does not have intakes, all this stuff is still here, I believe you need to pull. So I've read it's easier to get it out if you pull the throttle bodies off. To me, that seems like insanity, because I can see that right through here, it's gonna fit out. So I think pulling off these vacuum lines might not be a bad idea. but I'm gonna try it without. So that thing popped loose super easy with this, which would tell me that since it's not leaking and it hasn't leaked, that you can run it pretty loose, because when you go to take it off, it is not easy. If that thing were tight, it would be a complete pain in the you-know-what. So we are going to unscrew this. All right, we got some paper towels in there. We kind of, it's in the V underneath the intake manifold here, which is open in there. So we don't really want a lot of oil sitting in there, because eventually it will, I don't know, go somewhere that we don't want it. So I got some paper towels in there. I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna get something to set right here so that I can dump that filter right into it, because it is a paper filter, so it is gonna be dripping crap everywhere. Box, it's got some plastic on it, so shouldn't make too big of a mess here. We're gonna slam that down in there. Let's see what happens here. So I've got the cover, and if the cover fits through here, I think taking off all that extra stuff is nonsense. Do what you want, but. So I have the filter here. It's got some oil coming out of it. Easy freaking speasy. There's the filter. There is a little O-ring on the bottom, so I know that the new one will come with that. Smells delicious. Smells like it was way overdue for oil change. And let's put the new one back in. Looks expensive. Hopefully we don't break anything too important this year. Okay, so one thing from when I used to change oil as a kid, I like to get oil on all of these parts. So take a little bit that drip there, get some oil on it so it seats in there nicely. If you ever changed oil, if you ever worked at a car dealership, on the lube bay, you know that. Make sure it's seated in the right ring there. Make sure it's not all twisted like crazy. Make sure there's nothing in there. Get some oil around this one. Get it turned. You want that one to sit nicely too. So I am gonna try UFI. See that Lamborghini logo? Yeah, that's a good thing. I like that. So I'm gonna try clicking this in there. See how it sits? And I'm gonna try to just put the whole mother trucker back in there all together. Gaskets in, gaskets on. Let's see if that works. It does. So make sure it sits on there nicely. You're not cross-threading it. It's just plastic. It would be pretty hard to cross-thread it. All right, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the rest of this here. What I'm gonna do is, I use this Pennzoil 5W40 Platinum Euro. Some people hate on it, but like I said earlier, I love it. I get it off Amazon, buy it by the case. So this is gonna end up taking, I think it's 10 quarts, but we're gonna start with 8, and then we're gonna start the car up, let the car run for about a minute, get all the lights to go off, get everything cleared up, make sure all the oils got through everywhere. We're gonna check it for leaks, and then we're gonna check it while it's running, see where it is on the dipstick, because obviously with this car, this pumps through here. So if you shut the car off, wait like a couple minutes, and then you check the oil, your oil is going to read low. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a quart, you're gonna do the same thing, it's gonna read low, you're gonna get out and drive it, and your car's gonna start smoking like crazy. Leaked, nothing sprayed out. I don't think anything leaked underneath. I didn't really check super closely, but I'm gonna assume I'm amazing and had nothing come up. If you notice in here, if you have a Gallardo, we have no panels on the sides. We have nothing. This thing's wide open. Lots of room for turbos in here, but we're not doing that right now. This car is set up to do rallies, so we can get to all the fluids. We can get to everything. Everything's wide open. So if we have an issue on the side of the road, we can handle it. So this is it. Finish putting your oil in, check everything, check for leaks. Make sure when you're checking your oil, you run the car, get it up. yeah, I think I've heard like 2,000 RPMs, let it sit there for a little bit and then check it within a minute, because where you're checking it is in this reservoir and then the oil drains back in, so it will read low. So keep that in mind. All right, stay tuned. We are gonna do the tranny fluid next, and I will do a separate video for that. So, you know, do that thing. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your wife, make up fake accounts. Let's get to 1,000 followers, or subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. And make sure you check out the Instagram. We're doing everything on there. We're up to like 20K on there. Freaking awesome. I appreciate everybody. And I will see you in the next video.